Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel Soul Journey. My name is Beck Ahimsa, and before we get into the video, I would just like to give a shout out to my newest Cosmic Abundance tier member on Patreon, Kevin. Thank you so much for becoming a part of the Soul Journey family. Welcome. It is such a blessing to have you. If any of you would like to check out my Patreon or like to support my content, the link to that is in the description down below. If you would like to become a patron, a member of our little community, that would be magic. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely check out the link down below. All right, now let's get into the video. All right, so today is a little bit of a different video because it's something that I've come to personally, and I wanted to share my reasoning behind it. And this isn't a video saying like this is what you have to do, or that it might not be the right time for you, whatever that is. I just wanted to talk about my realization about my relationship with this topic and how I'm really feeling like I want to shift this relationship with this topic, and that is with drinking and smoking. Now, over the years, I have drank and smoked recreationally, and I've also done it to help with stress, depression, anxiety, all of those things. And I recently came to the realization that oftentimes I like to have a drink, nothing crazy, or I smoke to, as they would say, take the edge off. And I personally, if I'm at a party and I'm having a really good time and having a drink, like that's great. But oftentimes, especially recently with like so much of the stress that's happening, and I've experienced a lot of anxiety in my life, oftentimes things seem overwhelming, so I like to do something to take the edge off. And recently, as I've become more and more aware of that, my feelings and my good feelings and the not so comfortable feelings are really my really powerfully honed guidance system telling me when I'm in or out of alignment. So as we know, when you're having a good feeling within your body, it means you're more in alignment, and when you're having a less good feeling, it means you're out of alignment. And as I've become more and more connected to this system, connected to this guidance system, I had the realization that I no longer want to ever drink or smoke to take the edge off, because I don't want to be numbing that finely tuned system. If I'm not feeling good, there's a reason, and I want to realign myself consciously, not numb it out because it's uncomfortable. Rather, honoring it as uncomfortable and saying like, wow, thank you for guiding me back into alignment. And so it really dawned on me that I don't want to numb the system that is so finely tuned to get me back into alignment with my highest self, with my inner self, whatever you want to call it. And so even though it seems a little scary, like what if I'm too overwhelmed or whatever, but my goal is to be so aware of my feelings, so aware of my guidance system, that I don't ever let myself get there, that I recognize the thoughts that aren't serving me, recognize the thoughts are out of alignment with my highest self, and shift it and, kind of get ahead of it. I no longer want to see the uncomfortable feelings that I experience through contrast as bad or negative, but rather, like the bumps on the side of the road, if you're going to run off the road, I want to see them as like a really important part of that system of realigning myself. And so I don't ever want to be in a state where that system isn't awake and alive and speaking to me clearly. So I really just, I had to get real with myself, and I was like, instead of wanting to shift into alignment, which at first, I didn't know how to, it felt overwhelming. It felt like things were out of control. But I realized that instead of realigning myself, I was numbing myself. And then, of course, when I'd come out of that, I'd just be in the vibration I was in because I hadn't shifted anything. I mean, sometimes those things can help you shift because you do release resistance or you get your mind off of it. And I think that's a huge part of why those substances feel better, is because they help you release resistance and then your system does feel better. But I'd much rather do that consciously and intentionally than need to have something external to do that. So this is just like a realization I've come to, and I know there are going to probably be days where I really want to have a drink, or I really want to smoke or whatever, and I'm going to very intuitively go about that. So I'm not saying that I will never ever drink again. I actually really like having a drink every once in a while, especially socially, and at some point I might feel like I never want to do that again. But as of right now, I definitely want to be more conscious and aware of why I'm doing it. Is it doing it because I'm already in a good feeling space and I just want to have fun and I like the taste, and it's, or even with smoking or things like that, is it an intentional decision of connecting more with spirit or connecting with a certain plant medicine or whatever? Is it that decision to be more expansive, or am I doing it because I'm too wrapped up in a story, or I'm being too overwhelmed by whatever it is I'm focusing on that is clearly out of alignment for me? And so I don't want to drink or smoke for that reason anymore. I'm really learning to have a relationship with my inner guidance system, and I feel like by numbing that system, I'm not really honoring myself. I'm not really honoring that amazing compass within myself that is such a blessing, and is such a powerful tool for creating the reality I want and being in a truly aligned space. And yeah, it's just a realization I came to in the last few days, that because I am becoming more in tune and I'm learning how to shift my vibration, I don't need that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. And that's just a personal preference. We all have to be on our own personal journey, and that's beautiful. We all come to different realizations, different timing, all of that. But I think for me, those things were becoming a real rejection of that system rather than a celebration of that amazing alignment system, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's just like a thought I had, and I wanted to share it because I feel like it may help some people. I feel like, every single aspect of our lives should and could, should be intentional. As I've learned how to meditate more, and I've learned how to be really in the moment, constantly present with the feelings I'm having, I'm realizing that all of life is like a meditation. And in fact, meditation, the thing about meditation that is so amazing is not when you're meditating, which is amazing, but meditation is to hone your mind to be able to focus on what you want. There's the meditation where they say, clear your mind, don't focus on anything. And then there's the meditation where you just focus on one thing. You bring your attention back, bring your attention back. And that practice is so intensely crucial for focusing on the reality you want, focusing on your alignment, bringing your thought back from the feeling or the thought that doesn't feel good and moving it over here. As you meditate, you become an expert at that. And that's what I'm actually finding, that meditating is really serving a purpose. It's like, yes, in the meditative state, it feels so good, but it's actually training the muscle of intentional focus. And that is really exciting, because once your brain is used to that thing, at any moment, if you have a thought or observe something that doesn't feel good, you can instantly shift your focus and put your energy into the thing you want to create. Because like Abraham says, it's attraction, attraction, attraction. We live in an attractive universe. So you can never push something away. If you're focusing on it, even if it's, I don't want that, you're still focusing on it and you're bringing it to you. There's no move away. It's always moving into, you could say it's always moving into oneness. So if you have a focus on it, you're always moving it towards you. So honing the skill of aligning your thoughts and your energy in the direction that you always want to attract. Through meditation, you hone that muscle, and that's super, super, super exciting. And I'm really stoked to be like on that journey, because it is so powerful. And again, kind of going back to the original topic, is I don't ever want to mess with that system. I never want to be in a space where I'm not clear and really aware of when I'm in or out of alignment. Because that's such an important part of creating the reality we want as conscious creators, as experiencers. And then once you're in that space and you have that realization, you understand that the contrast in your life is so important, because the contrast and then the feelings that come with it are the intensely crucial pieces for you to say, oh, I'm not in alignment. I'm clearly not in alignment. I can shift this. I can shift this. So I would never want to deny my system those hits of awareness, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is just the realization I've come to recently, and it feels really good. It feels empowering, and it feels clear. It doesn't feel like I'm denying myself something, but rather really starting to honor me and my system and what I was built to do as a human being, and we're all built to do it. And that's, well, hello there. Your song is so beautiful. Hello. Can you see them back there? I don't know if you can see them. There's 3 little birds. Anyway, that was my realization recently. I'm really excited that I'm coming to this realization. It feels good to be not denying myself anymore, but stepping into my own personal creative power. It feels really, 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 really good. And I'm excited to be on this path and to keep creating a deeper, deeper, deeper relationship with my inner being and my truth and alignment. It just feels good. So, I hope you are all doing really well. Again, shout out to Kevin, my new Cosmic Abundance member. If you become a member of my Cosmic Abundance tier, you can get a shout out here in my video, and no matter what level of patron you are, you will get your name in the description down below with my other patrons. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. It's been really nice to connect to you over on Patreon, so head over there. And if you would like to check out my other social medias, those are in the description as well, along with my Etsy shop, where I do personal readings, where I do either Skype readings or recorded readings, depending on what inspires you. So yes, thank you so much. You are beautiful. You are so loved by the entire universe. This is something I'm really beginning to know. Like, I knew it, but I'm really starting to know it, and it's really exciting. So I just wanted to send that awareness to you that you are loved by the entire universe. Source loves you, adores you, your inner being adores you. You are so loved, and you can feel all of it as you allow yourself to realize and recognize it and feel it and let it in. And it feels amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching. You are beautiful. You're amazing. Many blessings. Namaste. And don't forget, it is all about the soul journey. Bye.